have you got there?
I got my microscope.
Nice. Now, do you have any slides to look at with your microscope?
Oh.
The little pieces of glass are called slides. Do you have one? Oh, nice. Now, what's on there?
That's frog skin. I'm looking at
okay.
a moment, I forgot the name. I'm epidermal cells. I'm looking at cells.
Okay. Cells. So what kind of cells? Does it tell you what kind of cell it is?
No, it does not, but it's an onion cell.
Ooh, an onion cell. Okay, so can you tell me about what your onion cell looks like? Can you use words?
It looks kind of like, sticks.
Okay.
It looks
Go ahead.
cool. It looks like the cells that you talked about.
Oh, the cells. So now, is it a plant cell or animal cell?
It's a plant cell.
Of course, yes, it's a plant cell. Very good. Now, how do you know that it's a plant cell?
Because onions are plants. Onions don't have faces, and some animals do not have faces. What I mean is that onions are not animals.
Okay. So, does it look kind of like this?
It looks kind of like this without the nucleus.
The nucleus?
The nucleus,
yeah. Okay. So, if you look at this cell, the walls are pretty straight, right?
Yep.
So that tells us automatically if the walls are really, really straight, it's probably a plant of some kind, right?
Yep.
Yep. Are you okay?
No,
Do you have an itch?
Nope.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, are you sure your onion cells don't have nucleuses somewhere in there?
Some of them do. Some of them do not.
Yeah, they're gonna be really, really small. Oh, okay. Now, is this an onion cell slide that you made, or is it one that came with your microscope?
It's the one that came with my microscope, but I also see black stuff, so I said part of it was rotting.
Maybe. It's possible. It's possible.
Wait,
right?
I see the nucleus.
So
just to remind you, you're frozen again.
So without the staining or the dye that they use, it's sometimes hard to see that nucleus, right? But if they have really good dye or staining, like this one is blue, and the one I showed you just a second ago was pink, if they have really good staining, then you can see the nucleuses a lot better.
Yeah.
Okay.
My color is kind of like this one, but more bluer, whatever that means. I just think it's more blue other than white. And I also see the nucleus.
Oh, okay.
But some
there
of
you
them
go.
doesn't. I'm pretty sure it's hiding.
Okay. Now, is a plant an organism, a microorganism? What do you think? What can you tell me about this plant cell you're looking at? Is it a producer or a consumer? Do you remember our words from? Why?
Because it produces animals.
Well, because it uses the sun to make energy, right? So it produces its own energy from the sun, right?
Mm-hmm.
and then other animals come along and eat it, right?
Yep.
And those would be our consumers. So your onion is a producer, right? And then the other animals that come along and eat it, like you and me, would be the consumers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like an herbivore here, which is what? What's an herbivore?
An animal that only eats plants.
Yes, or an omnivore, which is a animal or person that
Eats both meat and plants.
plants. Yes. Now a decomposer could also eat it too, right? Why? What's a decomposer?
The decomposer is well, that's a little disgusting. So decomposer is something that eats the dead animals.
Yes, or plants too, right? So if your onion is all rotten and falling apart and decomposing, then these creatures, whether they're a bug, an insect, a microorganism, could come along and eat it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And of course, they were called our decomposers. Very good. Very good. All right. We have learned a lot in this class, but let's jump to where we are now, which is with the
snakes.
Microscope.
The
right?
microscope that nearly looks like mine, but actually not.
Okay, so why is yours different?
Because first of all, it's using a mirror. Mine is using a light.
Okay, very smart. Yes, it's much better to have a light. Ooh, and what are these little knobs on here for? Do you know?
These are for looking like
either maybe close or even much closer, right? It makes the big ones make it much bigger. Do you see the difference?
Yeah, I do actually see the difference.
Yeah, so they go in and out, right? They make it look bigger or smaller, depending on what you need to see.
Now
right?
Yeah, now the cell is like all blue because I turned it into the biggest microscope, which I guess makes nothing.
Can you see those nucleuses better now?
I can. Oh, wait. Yeah, I can see the nucleuses.
Better? Okay. All right, so can you read this and tell me more about microorganisms using a microscope?
What the? Oh. Okay. You're frozen again. Oh, there it is. Just a moment. I'm gonna go grab something.
I'm not sure why it's doing that. On this side, the classroom software says everything's working just fine.
Everything's working just. I'm freaking out.
Why? What's wrong? Are you okay?
Because first of all, how do you see that so clearly? Second of all, I think those are worms.
They are. So we have a bunch of different kinds of, hold on, I'll show you. We're going to talk about that in just a second, the different types of microorganisms that there are. We've got algae, protozoa, fungi, viruses, and bacteria. Okay? All right. Can you read our story for us? You can do it.
Okay. What is a microorganism? You cannot
Yep,
see
good.
them, but they are tiny living things everywhere. They live on food. They live inside and outside of your body. They live in ponds, lakes, and oceans. They live in soil. They live on dust in the air. I mean, that's really, really, really extreme. Like you're constantly moving around when you see the air.
Uh-huh.
Tiny living things too small to be seen with just our eyes are called microorganisms.
Good.
Organisms. You need
Uh-huh.
a microscope to see them. Microscopes let you see things much bigger than they really are. With the microscope, you can find microorganisms in a drop of pond water. I'm not very sure. Every time I see something that's transparent in these microscopes, I don't see anything.
Well, and you wouldn't think that there would be much in a drop of water, but there really is. Oh my goodness, it's kind of a little creepy or scary, but there are lots and lots of living things in a drop of pond water. Okay? All right, there's all kinds of bacteria, and what is this other word here? Protists and bacterias. Okay? Ooh, and sometimes if you get the pond water and it's fresh, they'll still be moving around, which is a little crazy, right? All right. Can you read this one? You can do it.
Amongst the smallest kinds of organisms are bacteria. Some bacteria are helpful. For example, some help your body break down food that you eat, which I'm not sure. However, some bacteria cause disease. Protists.
You got it. Protists are microorganisms.
Protists, some microorganisms. They are larger than bacteria. Some protists help you. They eat harmful bacteria. Other protists can cause disease. I don't know why every time something is good and it's also making you get a disease at the same time.
Well, it's just like everything in life.
Okay.
Well, it's like everything in life. There's a balance, right? There's good people and bad people, right?
There's good people and bad people.
Uh-huh. So there's good protists and bad protists. There's good bacteria and bad bacteria. It's just the way things work.
That's just the way things work, definitely. Your body is protected against microorganisms that cause disease. You can help keep your body stay safe for them. For example, wash and cover a cut to keep harmful bacteria out of your body.
Very good, very good. So examples would be...
You're frozen again. Wow. Wait. Oh, that's what the things were.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So these are good examples. Like tooth decay. It's actually a bacteria that's in your mouth. And we brush and floss our teeth to get rid of it. Lyme disease is a bacteria that's inside of ticks. So when a tick bites you, it not only does it draw your blood out or suck your blood, but it puts in a bacteria that makes you very, very sick. Okay?
And it can also make you very, very mad because you are sick. You're mad because you're sick. That's really obvious.
Well, it could. It could. What about good bacteria? Can you think of some good bacteria? In our stomach, in the intestines, in our intestines, we have a lot of very good bacteria that digest food for us, okay? Inside of us, there are some good bacteria that help us digest food. Ooh, and you can even eat them. Like if you've ever eaten kimchi or anything that's been pickled in a brine, there are lots and lots and lots of good bacteria in there. Okay? Okay. So how are bacteria and protists alike? What do you think?
Sorry, this happens.
It's okay. If you need a drink, that's okay.
How are
Protists alike?
how are bacteria and protists alike?
Mm-hmm.
They both have good ones. They both have good bacteria or protists and bad bacteria or protists.
And they're both microorganisms, right? Yes, very good. But how are they different?
Protists are bigger than bacteria.
Yeah, that's right. Very good. Ooh, and look at some of these different types of, bacteria. Whoa. They're kind of all different shapes and sizes, and some have moving parts and some don't, right? Very interesting. And here's a little different picture too. Pretty interesting, right? And most of them can move, which is kind of crazy, especially these ones that have little tails that help them move around when they twitch their tails.
So are the tail guys bad, or are the spiky guys bad, or are the Cheeto-like guys bad, or are the ball ones bad?
Well, remember, like everything in life, there are good ones and there are bad ones, right? So there's probably good ones and bad ones of both, of all the different shapes and sizes, okay? So it just depends on which one you get a hold of. We, of course, want the good ones, right? And our body has lots and lots of microorganisms and different parts, like cells, like white blood cells, that fight off anything bad that comes along. Okay?
Okay.
Now remember, which are producers and which microorganisms are consumers? What can you tell me? Can you read it?
Some microorganisms act like plants. Some act like animals. Producers. Plants are producers. Remember, producers are the first step in the food chain. They take in energy from the sun and make their own food, which makes the sun a producer. I don't know why. Don't ask me. They also give off oxygen to the air. Some microorganisms are producers. For example, algae. Algae are producers that grow in the ocean. Algae are important because they make much the top of ponds, lakes, and oceans. Algae are important because they make much of the oxygen for living things. Algae and other tiny producers act like plants. But they are not plants. They do not have the parts plants have. They do not have roots, stems, and leaves. These algae are seen under a microscope. Unlike plants, they have no roots, stems, and leaves.
They do make food and oxygen.
However, they do make food and oxygen. I don't know why.
Yeah.
You can literally eat stuff that can only be seen by a microscope unless it's a cell.
Well, the thing is that they grow together. So it's not just one little algae swimming all by itself around, right? They grow and grow and grow and grow until there's a clump of them. Remember back here when we were talking about this one food chain back here? Hold on. Where'd it go? There we go. See, we started back here with algae growing on the pond water. Okay? So it looks like a little clump of plants. Sometimes they're really small, or sometimes they can be big, giant clumps. And it looks like little tiny plants, but they're really not. They're just a group of algae. Okay?
Okay.
All right. This is pretty interesting. What about the consumer microorganisms?
Remember, animals cannot make their own food. Animals are consumers. They move about to get food. Some microorganisms act like animals. For example, an
amoeba
is a protist.
Protist.
It acts like an animal. It moves its body to get food. It can wrap around the food to attach it. The body of an amoeba flows in different directions. And I just wanted to ask you, is that seen in a microscope, or is that just what an amoeba looks like?
No, you would have to look at this under a microscope to see it.
Oh.
Yeah, so these are really, 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 really small. And you would definitely need a microscope to see it moving around. But this kind of looks like jelly, like an amoeba. It looks like a slime or jelly or something, but super, super small under your microscope. And it doesn't have teeth. It doesn't have arms and legs or claws or fangs, right?
Yeah.
It just wraps around the thing that it's trying to eat, and it wraps around it like that. But not really arms. It doesn't have arms and legs. It just uses its body to wrap around the thing that it's going to eat. Woo!
Wow.
What about these? This one with the little tail kind of is crazy, I think. Or really cool. I'm not sure which.
Producers and consumers.
Euglena
is a protist that lives in ponds. It acts like a plant and like an animal. In sunlight, it can make its own food like a plant. It can also move around to get food like an animal. Euglena has a body part that looks like a tail. It whips this part as it moves. Plant.
Yes. So it moves around by flicking that tail back and forth, until it gets where it wants. And it can either produce its own food, or it can consume like an animal does. Pretty amazing, right?
Yeah. And I'm drawing
Ah.
this because I think it looks like a mouse. And you're frozen again, so you have to re-say what you just said.
In this one, of course, you can see all its different body parts. If we zoomed in really close, you could see all these different little parts and pieces, right? Like the nucleus and other parts. Pretty interesting microorganism, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is really cool and interesting, but it's also kind of creepy that there's all these little things floating around in our water. Okay? Even if, okay, now I'm trying to freak you out or anything, stay calm. But even if you took a drop of water from your sink or from your bathroom and put it under your microscope, you might see lots of living microorganisms, even from the water from your own kitchen sink. Pretty crazy, right? So, what do you think? Will you be brave and try that experiment and get some water from your kitchen sink to see if there's any microorganisms in there? Or will you say no? What do you think?
I would say okay, but I don't know how I can secure the. I don't know how I can secure the water under all that.
Oh, okay.
So.
All right.
I'm not sure
if you
I can actually look at what's inside the water.
Do you have any clean slides that don't have anything on them?
I do have slides, but I do not have slides that does not have anything on them.
Oh, okay. So see this table here on your microscope? If you flatten out, right now it's at a tilt, but if you flatten out the table, then you can put a slide with a drop of water on there so that you could see what was in it if you wanted. Or you could go out and get, maybe if there's a mud puddle outside with a little bit of water in it, then you could get a little bit of water from a puddle outside too. That would be very interesting to see what microorganisms are in a mud puddle from outside.
Okay.
All right. I hope you enjoy your experiment with your water. You'll have to let me know what you see. Okay?
Okay.
Enjoy your microscope and having fun with science. You did a great job reading today and learning more about microorganisms. Good job, good job. I will see you next time. Okay?
Wow. Okay. See you.
Yeah. See all these different ones? Here was our algae that we just learned about. And a protozoa, too, is a protist. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Bye, bye, bye. Thank you, Ivanka.